and welcome to the Dr. Jane Live Miracle Medicine on a Thursday. Today we are looking at week 2, self-love. Let's get back into shape. Those of you who registered for the course have already received your workbooks for week 1. You've already listed what you're going to begin doing, what you're going to stop doing, and you've most likely made affirmations, and you're already well into the program. Just to put in perspective, where did this all originate? I decided to unplug on New Year's Day, actually, which means, unplug from Wi-Fi, cell phones, etc., and just enjoy the silence. It was a beautiful day, and I suddenly started singing "The Greatest Gift of Love is Learning to Love Yourself," the George Benson song. And I just kept singing it, and I kept singing it, and I thought to myself, well, gosh, this has got to be the theme for 2026. And then as things progressed, what came through was the year of the horse in terms of the Chinese New Year, which has just been celebrated, came in on the 17th. And I must say, I quite enjoyed the beautiful processions. I even did post one of them, really magnificent. And then this whole self-love and tied up completely with the Yang Heart Horse Year. And so that just suddenly, manifested. And that is what we're about and what this workshop is about. And I realized also that we can talk about peace, freedom, love, joy, unconditional love. But if we're not loving ourselves, then it's unlikely that's going to happen, in any quick way. So that self-love must be the beginning of everything. It's essential. Put ourselves first. Do things that, demonstrate love for self. So many times we say yes too often, and we become, Mr. or Mrs. Useful. And the reward for Mr. or Mrs. Useful is more work. And you become the office or the home useful person. And it just becomes more and more and more overloaded, overburdened, depleted. And you're not gaining anything from it. And it doesn't serve you to say yes too often. So we start learning these self-love aspects of ourselves, putting ourselves first. And learning to deal with what's ours. Huge discernment, and leaving what's not ours alone, if we need empathy, it's for ourselves, because other people have got their own life to live. We can never change anyone else, be anyone else. Nobody else can ever be in our shoes. So I often say to couples, you come into this world with your constructs, and your partner comes in with their constructs, and you're not going to help shift theirs, and they're not going to help shift yours. But what happens is you often start blaming each other for your own constructs, or blaming that person for putting the mirror up. And in fact, that's all they've done. They're not aware of it, and nor are you. You've put the mirror up for them. So if we can actually stand back and say, hold on, I'm 100% responsible for my life, what happens, what I attract, what I've been through. And I'm the one that needs to do the shifting inside me, going and clearing ancestral patterns, eating differently, bringing in my own energy, and not depending on somebody else to try and resolve your own issues. The best they can be is a good sounding board. And even your friends, they can be a sounding board. And if they do offer information or advice, remember, it's coming from where they're sitting. So it might just be useful to hear their view. But at the end of the day, we need to sit quietly, speak to our inner voice, our inner child, and resolve these things. So this workshop is looking at holistically at physical, neurological, emotional, and spiritual. Week 1 was physical, building the basic foundations. And we brought in products like Almost Gold, Makuna, male and female hormone complete products, and the flaxseed oil. And if you listen carefully, I'm actually giving it to you all in sequence. So building the body's battery, charging the battery, getting an electrical potential in, bringing in peptides, proteins, amino acids as building blocks. And today we're talking on the neurological side, week 2, where we're talking about circulation. All right, so once we've got the body charged, we can then, the blood then has charged itself. The zeta potential between the red blood cells is there. It's evident. They're not all squashed up, rouleau, clotting. We can see it on my live blood microscope. The cells are now charged, not only the blood, but every cell in the whole body. And that's important because electrons must never touch. Electrons need to be apart. Once they're touching, they've lost their charge and they've lost their function. So now we've got that happening. We've got good proteins in. So those of you who decided to come for a quick benchmark assessment, you're on your way. You know what risk factors, gaps you're closing. One or two even had the live blood analysis, so they saw the red blood cells overlapping in clot formation. Some of you bought the Ormus Gold, the Mucuna, the male and female hormones, the flaxseed, and you're on your way already. Some of you already have the microbiome reset and 1 or 2 other products. So today, as I said, it's going to be circulation. I'm going to start the slides, and then if you've got any questions, please just put them in the chat. So it's our self-love course, Getting Back into Shape, week 2, reconstructing your body, emotions, and life in the year of the Yang Heart Horse. So that is our overall ad for the course, and it's at the moment it's free to sign up, and you really should, because it's never going to be free again. So get in there, get the workshop book is only going out to those who registered, because I can't overload you all. And then this is our week 2, and we're bringing in some good products, and I have them here. I'm going to show you, but we're moving the energy. We now got electricity in the body, magnetism, and we can move the energy, moving towards courage and momentum. And just have this galloping, healthy, free horse, as the theme, because I think it depicts very beautifully this course. So if you haven't signed up yet and you're wondering if it's for you, it's definitely for people who feel overloaded and depleted. It's quite astonishing to be January. People supposedly have had rest, supposedly have been away, not only adults, children coming in as well, still completely depleted. Brain amplitude, brain waves showing lack of happiness, lack of harmony, low neurotransmitters, low hormones. It's astounding. This is the time of the year we should be on it. So those on this course, you're getting ahead of the game, and we can't be sitting still in January at the beginning of the year and be overloaded and depleted. So join. People feeling emotionally burdened, well, that's going to be a bit of an ongoing thing, and that's where we bring the holistic ancestral orientation, emotional release, where we look at the generational patterns and realign that for you, clear the memories. So if you're feeling emotionally burdened, this course is for you. If you're ready to choose yourself first, love yourself. And if you're called to live with greater truth and freedom, this course is for you. Register. It's on the website, www.365healthybychoice.com. Just click on it and you register. So we're called to move with courage, restore the flow in the Yang Heart Horse year. And we will be using the HIELO Quantum Wellbeing Compass. Why movement matters? Well, stagnation creates stress, and there's lots of areas of the body where there's stagnation, the blood in particular, the lymphatic system. And we need the fluid to flow. We need the flow within. I've just been at the sea, and it's really beautiful to feel the flow of water when you swim on the outside, and to have the same flow on the inside. So flow will restore confidence, and movement supports truth. So we're wanting to bring in this movement, just like the galloping herd of horses. So circulation support this week too. And what I'm bringing through to you, our pine bark extract, pensogenol, and I've got a picture here of it. And this is really on another level. It's specifically for circulation. And that means if it's supporting circulation, it's taking food and nutrients to every single cell of the body, every tissue, every organ, every system, bones, muscles, nerves, all the organs, liver, kidney, lung, gut, skin. The lymphatic system is moving. And the cells are all with the zeta potential. So the oxygen delivery is happening. It's amazing also for its antioxidant effect. So an antioxidant has got an abundance of electrons in the outer orbit. If you think of your science class at school. So there's an abundance. It's not just sitting with all paired electrons. So when it comes across a free radical, which has normally got its outer orbit, one or two or many electrons missing, it can donate quickly and balance the free radical, and then it can be removed out of the body. So antioxidants are absolutely crucial. And I have a lot. I've also got Phyto C, which has got 12 forms of herbs and nutrients in it, all antioxidants. The Almost Gold is a massive antioxidant. But for the purposes of here, I'm bringing this pine bark in because it's just essential for the circulation. So you would take a capsule in the morning and a capsule in the evening. And it just improve that vascular health, enable the elasticity to happen. If you do have calcification, then you're going to bring in a Chanca-Piedra or the decalcification flush, or both, in fact, so that you can get your blood pressure balanced. There was a case today where a client was had a stroke volume of 200, and within an hour and a half, it had gone down to 108. So it's gone from extremely high to extremely low. How does that happen? That happens because he's 83 and the vessels have lost their elasticity. So we've put him straight away onto this. He's also, as it happens, got blood sugar problems, which is one of the next products I'm going to speak about. So blood pressure, blood sugar all go together. The blood pressure and vessel cleanse is part of our range for circulation. This one has got the Chanca-Piedra inside it. It's also got a whole array of other supporting nutrients and herbs. For example, Triphala, which is a lovely antioxidant as well. It's got the 3 fruits in it. Kelp, wonderful antioxidant. Bee pollen. Bee pollen helps absorption of oxygen. Green tea extract, turmeric, ginseng, MSM, medicinal mushroom mix. There's 6 of them. Reishi, shiitake, cordyceps, lion's mane, maitake, chaga, pomegranate, massive antioxidant, citrus bioflavonoids, raw cacao, massive antioxidant too, and the echinacea. So this is a real all-in. And, it could be either or. It could be blood pressure in the morning and the pine bark in the evening. It just depends on the client and what I decide at the time. But I'm showing you these because these are for vascular health, for our circulation. In order for life force to flow around the body, we need circulation. So I need it because everything pivots on life force. It is our currency. It is our energy. And for that horse to run, it needs proper veins, proper oxygen delivery, proper food delivery, proper waste removal. So self-love here would be to make sure in week 2 that you have massive circulation support. Many of us sit with sitting disease and, we get low circulation. In fact, the red blood cells, let's say you go for a run or a walk in the morning and everything's oxygen levels are high, blood cells are separated, they're moving quickly. You can see that on the live blood microscope. and then you sit all day. By the time 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock comes, you've got circulation pooling in the bottom of your legs, and spider veins showing, and all of that kind of thing. And you haven't moved, and the circulation's really poor. So this isn't in place of lifestyle, but it definitely helps in the beginning if we've got to bring in some sort of assistance. So I would get those. I would get the pine bark in any event, because that's not only specifically for blood pressure, it's for every single cell and tissue. One of my hidden secrets. And then we're going to look at blood sugar support now, the blood balance. So this person, as I said to you, poor circulation, poor blood sugar goes together with toxins and parasites, together with a poor electrical potential. The blood cells are sticking together. So this stable blood sugar balance is going to stabilize our energy and our mood, actually, because it's linked together. So if we have a look on this one specifically, it's got the gymnema. That would mean it's going to balance weight for you if you're too large or even too thin. Got the green tea extract, very, very important. Actually, at one stage, I had the blood sugar and the blood pressure in one bottle, because you'll see here why. Again, turmeric. Again, spirulina, ginseng again, cinnamon, cacao, kelp, cloves, black walnut, and artemisia. So this one here is killing the parasites as well. And this, together with a huge tablespoon of coconut oil, will definitely, and the cinnamon that's in here will definitely lower blood sugar, and quickly, so that you could easily do one morning, one evening. And together with the almost the flaxseed oil, the probiotics and that, and get the blood sugar balanced, and start getting the insulin sensitive again, because often you can measure fine with blood sugar, but the insulin resistance is there. And that's definitely looking at lifestyle, walking, feet on the ground, body in the sun, breathing, hydration, and really, throwing out cane sugar, because that's just a poison. It's an absolute poison. There's no redeeming feature for that. And, there's lots of ways to bring in sweetness. For example, dates, apple puree, and that's not going to have a massive glycemic index effect. People are baking with cassava flour now, sorghum flour, quinoa, brown rice flours, and these are having, very smooth effects on the glycemic index. So for circulation, we need to have the blood sugar balanced, and we need to have the pancreas in order, and obviously the hypothalamus, pituitary, and pineal glands operating properly too, so that the insulin is released according to the blood sugar intake. So I would always go to a food state sweetener, coconut blossom, that's good too, agave, stevia, those are all good. It depends on you. But, the sweetness comes from doing good things, putting yourself first. You don't need sweets after that. And I'm going to leave it at that. Right. The other one we're looking at here. Now, this is one of my pets, because we don't need to be overweight. We don't need to carry fat. And one of the main reasons here is that we heat oil at the stove. We eat food that's been boiled in oil, in other words. And our grandparents and ancestors didn't do that. They would use water at the stove. And I really appeal to all of you listening to use only water at the stove. If it's veggies, water, stir fry or steam them. If it's eggs, poach them or boil them. If it's meat, grill it or braai it. Get the heated animal fat off. You do not need it. It has no enzymes for digestion. It's a free radical. It's in the trans form, which is cancer forming. Worst of all, it sits in the blood. You can see it on the microscope, blocking the blood, forming clots, and it's food for parasites. And you see them living and eating in it. So if you want to eat heated food, processed food, takeaway food from all the chain stores, etc., that's your choice. I've told you now. And this is going to block circulation. for sure. And it's going to aggravate blood sugar, for sure. So the two main products that I've got, the basis is the same. It's just that the weight loss has got a little bit more barley green. So it's the fat go and the weight loss. Both of these will balance cholesterol, just to tell you, and the cholesterol fragments, LDL, HDL, etc. Triglycerides, neutral fats. Both of them will thin the blood naturally because you're clearing the waste away. So just to tell you what is in these, and I said it's the same, it's just that we've got a load more barley green in the weight loss because some thin people are fatty, got a lot of fat, but they don't need to lose weight. So let's just read what we've got here. We've got a bit of barley green, and then I've got the Garcinia, and that's important for very stressed people because carbohydrates will go into oil if you're stressed, and nobody needs that. So that kind of blocks it while you're weaning yourself off heated fat. Green tea, wonderful for removing fat. Gymnema, I told you earlier, it's in the blood sugar product, balances weight. Kelp, citrus bioflavonoids, L-carnitine, balances appetite. It's a protein. Turmeric, ginseng. So, you're going to get weight reduction anyway with the blood sugar product because it's going to work in with similar herbs. But you're going to get quite a wow effect with the weight loss and the fat go. And then we've got clean blood. I like to always bring my oxygen in here and the DMSO. The DMSO, we call it the declot shot. This is always around me because I take lots of it. This is plant tree sap, the declot shot. So that will naturally keep the blood free flowing, and it will in fact take these nutrients deeper into the cells, and then the oxygen will also then ward off a lot of parasites and toxins, get those eliminated, which will also help the flow. So once you do that, actually the blood pressure and the blood sugar drop to normal, so you don't really need your medications anymore. So what a win. Most people want to get off their medications. So we want to release stored burdens here because behind the weight, we're storing something. And we need to know what we're hiding. And that will bring in the holistic ancestral emotional release for sure. And you just have more energy when you're thin, you're more presentable. People notice you. That's what my clients tell me. They're noticing me now. I've lost weight. And those protective patterns that we set up, and that can be generational. Absolutely. So we want to use the my HIELO Quantum Wellbeing Compass to come in here, do that benchmark assessment, identify the risk factors, work out how we're going to close them, and then set about closing them, and then retest again. So reset, restore, rejuvenate, rejoice. And on the emotional side, we want to bring in the courage together with the circulation. That's the holistic ancestral orientation work, improving motivation, bringing in forward action, no more stagnation, no more out of alignment, self-trust, self-worth, self-transformation, shifting the fear to courage. So those of you who want to avail yourself to these processes that I do, you would then book that online on the website, www.365healthybychoice.com, and go to Book Center. And additionally, you can go to my YouTube channel. I see there's over 400 recordings there of my educational recordings. So there's a search bar at the top. You can put even weight loss in there. You can put circulation in there, and the videos will come up that relate to it. So I urge you to go and have a look there and really, improve your awareness, deepen into your own consciousness, self-consciousness, and move forward and leave the old. It's far more exciting to be moving forward. And then again, using my HIELO compass, we're looking at lifestyle here and bringing in walking, running, yoga, qigong, shiatsu, the massages and so on, and get circulation happening. Hydrating ourselves, because we need liquid, we need blood volume. I mean, a lady came today for a drip and her blood pressure was 82/62. I mean, how are we going to get a drip in there? How's the vein going to take it when it's got such low volume, low blood pressure? So we sent her walking, and she came back and we could get the needle in the vein. It's crucial, circulation. It's crucial. It's moving the life force. It's moving the energy. The horses can't run if they've got stagnation. If they're not hydrated, a horse will drink exactly the amount it needs. It's not going to drink. It takes it as it needs it. Horses, think about it. They basically vegetarian. They're basically vegan, as far as I know, and they can run to these lengths. So they're choosing the food wisely. That's how they eat. Even an elephant, huge, only on plants. So don't discount plant material. We need to be eating about 70% or more per day, plant-based. It's much easier for the body to absorb minerals and vitamins and proteins from plant-based, even better raw. Remember, you need the probiotic for digestion and the oil for absorption. So hydration is critical, breathing is critical. And we need to exercise the cardiovascular muscle even to get a full, the cardiovascular muscle, but also the lung muscle to get a full breath in and let a full breath out. Let all the old carbon dioxide and toxins out. Our breath is an organ, our lungs are an organ of detox. Our skin is an organ of detox. It's our third kidney. Are you brushing your skin in the shower in the morning? Are you taking the plaque off, in other words, the dead skin that we're sloughing off continuously so that the skin can breathe? When you step out in the sun, can you photosynthesize? Can you make vitamin D? No, because the skin's got plaque all over it. It's not breathing. It hasn't been cleared. So I always say, look after your coat, brush your coat. So breathing, hydrating, and movement are critical for our lifestyle. And removing the stresses that we can. Understanding them, why they're there, why we attracted them. And that we do in the HIELO work. And then there's no longer stress there. You've relieved it. You're now at peace. You've handed back the memory. Now, affirmation for this week. I move forward with courage and clarity. That's beautiful. And if you think that my slogan always is think clearly and live productively in all areas of your life. So it absolutely fits in with 365 Healthy by Choice. So I wish you a week of moving forward with courage and clarity, but clear those emotions. Products will go so far. My products are in the quantum field, so they will also work physically, neurologically, emotionally, and spiritually, but not to the extent of emotional shift that the HIELO will do. They work together. Quantum state food or herb is in its natural state. The DNA intact, the intelligence of the plant intact. And the body knows exactly what to do with it. It doesn't have to change it. It doesn't take energy. So let's follow that. And then over the weeks, we're still going to be reconsidering all the time. What are you prepared to give up? And what are you prepared to start? Because it's an evolving thing. It doesn't end. And you start seeing more of yourself, self-identity, self-discovery, witnessing what you do, how you operate, interact with people, and then you can add to the list. So just a reminder here, 2026, the year of the Yang Heart Horse, fast movement, courage, truth, heart-led living, a depleted brain, and out of alignment neurological system cannot keep up with this energy this year. So again, bring in that flaxseed oil because it feeds the nerves, feeds the nervous system, amongst doing 100 other things as well. But part of the neurological aspect is to I always say, stop the traffic. Just put your hands here and say, stop. I had a client today who just didn't stop talking. And eventually my brain started getting full just being with that person. So, and the quantum NQB device was telling me all the time, brain in disarray here, brain disorder. And the brain amplitude measured 43%, 43 out of 100. That's how flat the brain waves were. Love harmony. You're not loving yourself by keeping this brain overoccupied. It's logical. It needs to add things up for us and make logical decisions. That's it. The rest is coming in from the field, the quantum field. And if we're overburdened here and over busy and over chatty up here, the brain, apart from getting hot, you miss all the nuances. You miss all the opportunities. So I started off by telling you I was quiet on New Year Day, and that's what I'm recommending. The silence, times that you're silent is when your inner voice you will hear your inner voice. Your inner child will speak to you. And these are critical going forward. No matter what products you decide to take, consciousness will always prevail. So this week we're moving forward with courage and clarity. Courage essentially means doing away with fears. With fear. If you're emotional traumas. So I hope you're enjoying this. Let me just bring this in again. And we need to rest adequately, which means before 10 o'clock, because the serotonin, melatonin changeover switch happens then at 10 and then at 2 o'clock. And we need to be ready for that so that we can have deep dreaming, deep sleeping, rejuvenate the immune system, rejuvenate the nervous system, so that we got energy in the morning. So going to bed late and waking up late is a terrible pattern. Go to bed early and wake up early. The earth wakes up at 4 or 5 in the morning. So we need to be up at that time or before. The birds will sing then too. You only know this if you get up early, and it's beautiful because the light is right. You see, I'm in my infrared light here because I've got the blue light coming in from the screen, but I've got some red light here balancing it all. And maybe bring this a bit closer so you can see. I've got it on my drip stand, so you can't actually see it. But I'm really doing what I can. Here the anti-blue reflective glasses as well. You buy them at any optician. And then my pineal gland is getting protected. Keeping myself in alignment. So just to recap, there's 4 live webinars with replays, 1 per week. There's a workbook with weekly pages. There's some PDFs I'm sending out on products and self-love and getting into shape. Some daily WhatsApp guidances, some affirmations, and the optional assessments that I spoke to you about, the live blood, the benchmarking, quantum assessments, and the holistic ancestral orientation. And we want to build a foundation, which we did in week 1. So go and have a look on the YouTube. Go and catch up on week 1. Register, and you'll get your modules. And then week 2 is now. Restore the flow and courage. And we're going to be looking at release the burden, week 3, and live from the heart, week 4. And that one just confirms what's in store for next week. Release the burden, detox, and the truth. And then if you want to contact me, there's my number. And go and register on that website there, 365healthybychoice.com. So I welcome you all into the 365 Healthy by Choice table. The center's in Bryanston. It's global. Most clients are, when I do the NQB quantum assessment, they are not here. 70-80% easily, and all over the world. We ship our products all over the world too, so it is really global. And why wouldn't it be? And it's holistic, which means I'm looking at things from a wholesome point of view, physical, neurological, emotional, and spiritual, and building your matrix up that way. And I can only guide and assist and educate. I can't do the shift. So people will say to me, well, how long is it going to take? I'm saying to them, well, how long are you allowing yourself before it gets better? You decide. It's not up to me. So with that, I'm going to end, and thank you all for coming through and being part of this lovely workshop that I'm doing. Weeks 1 is done, and we're moving to week 2 now. So just make sure you've registered and on email, and then you'll get all your information on email. Always a pleasure to have you all, and from overseas and all around. So have a good week this week, moving with courage and clarity, putting self first, getting into shape. Have fun. Direct message me if you've got some good revelations or good things happening. Can release those patterns that no longer serve us.